Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. We have a guest from the beautiful country, Spain. So welcome Luis.
I'm really happy to be here today with you.
Yeah, I'm also very happy for you to be here. So please tell us about Malaga, Andalusia a little bit.
Malaga is the city where I was born and grew up, and it's where I'm currently studying. It's a city located in the southern coast of Spain, in Andalusia, which is the biggest region of the country. And it's one of the 8 provinces in Andalusia. Yeah, now I wanted to talk a bit about the local traditions and also talk about some traditions in the country. So we will start from here, from my city, probably the most famous nowadays, which is La Feria de Malaga, or in English, the August Fair, which we celebrate in summer, in August.
Why do you celebrate it?
Well, this tradition has been running for almost 600 years, and it all started in 1487 during La Reconquista, which was the process of when the Christian kingdoms conquered the south part of Spain that was before Al-Andalus. And yeah, we celebrated to remember the day when the Catholic kings took back.
What kinds of activities do you do there?
Well, nowadays it's mostly about just partying and celebrating around, but there are still some special things we do, mainly around music. So as you can see in the left picture, we have a special style of traditional music from the city, which is called verdiales. It's considered like a variant of flamenco music. Also, another way to celebrate this time is to dress up in traditional costumes, especially the women dress up in these dresses, as you can see on the right picture. And also a really unique thing of the Feria is that it goes mainly uninterrupted. So during the day, you go to the center and you can dance, have a drink, eat or whatever. And during the night, you move to a separate location in the outskirts of the city, which is marked by that big gate you can see on the bottom picture. And then you continue the party. And if you are able, you keep up the rhythm for a week.
So Luis, can we say that August is the best time to visit Malaga?
Yeah, definitely. It's the best time because you have this big celebration going on and the weather is the best one the whole year. So you can enjoy the nice weather, going to the beach and going to great parties during this time, and also get in touch with the traditions of the land. So I guess at this point you might be wondering, why am I dressing like this? This is
Yeah,
not
of
my
course.
normal outfit. But it's related to the next point, and it's another tradition from Spain that I wanted to share with you, and it's called La Tuna. La Tuna is the way how fraternities work in Spanish universities. It's a tradition from the university, yeah. Well, it's basically a group of students that come together and play music around the streets and in the campus.
So what is its origin?
Well, the oldest evidence of this kind of groups running are from the Middle Ages. And it all started because there were some students in the university that couldn't afford the living. So they started singing in the restaurants and in the inns, uh, so they could get some soup to eat. After that, the tradition started to develop, and they went from just singing for food to start playing instruments and sing also for fun, to charm ladies. And 200 years ago, more or less, um, the tradition started again as part of the carnival celebrations. And now we no longer do it because we need the money, but mostly because we like the fun and because we like playing music, and the whole student.
What kinds of projects and events do you?
During the academic year, we have to stay in town. What we do is mostly play music around university, and then in the weekends come here to the city center, entertain the people, go out partying. But also, we like traveling a lot, so we always do 1 or 2 trips abroad or inside Spain every year. So we get to know different places and share also our music around.
Great, very enjoyable. Can everybody be a member of this association?
Yes, totally. Anyone that is a member of university can join our group. The only thing to take into account is that this is a long living tradition, so we have that divided by male and female fraternities, so fraternities and sororities.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Why it is separated male and female?
Historically, it's because these fraternities started in student dorms or in university faculties that were separated by gender. So, but nowadays it's mostly because of musical reasons, because the voices of males and females are different. Yeah, to keep the music style on the same direction, we still have this segregation.
So I wonder whether there are some necessities to enroll this association.
As I said, anyone can enter, but when you enter, there are different levels of seniority depending on your experience as part of the fraternity. So freshman students are like apprentices, and they have to do tasks for the older members. And the end goal is to become a veteran member of the fraternity. So when you get awarded something like this, which
Yeah, please
is
show
like,
us detailing, more nearer.
okay, I will try. So mm,
What is it written? Can you read us?
here is the name of my school. It's the School of Industrial Engineering. And this number is because 2 years ago, our fraternity turned 60 years old. And this is the name of
Congratulations.
our university. So it's basically University of Malaga.
Great. Very nice.
And
Can
then,
we?
well, the rest of the uniform is a replica of how the students in the 18th century dressed it. So it's, yeah, vintage.
Oh, great. Very nice. You look awesome, bro. You look awesome.
Yeah,
Great.
sure. And of course, another important part is the instrument.
Oh, great. Does somebody support you economically?
Mostly, we support ourselves playing music in the street, as in the old times. That's how we finance our trips and our activities, like contests between fraternities or taking instruments for the new members and also paying for this kind of uniforms. But we also get some financial aid from the university because they understand that this is a long living tradition that they have to maintain. As a closing part of this point, I just wanted to show you some pictures of our activities. So, for example, in the left, you can see one from a trip we did some years ago. That's me and another friend walking on a grass field in Salzburg. On the right side, you can see one of our typical going outs in the city center. And in the bottom, you can see my fraternity serenading a balcony. So I say let's move forward to the next point, which is about another tradition. not as much from Malaga, but mostly from all Spain, which is El Camino de Santiago or St. James Way in English.
Why is that walk that much important?
It's a cultural event that has happened in Spain for almost 1,000 years, and it's been a way to connect the rest of Europe with our country or with our land. Um, yeah, it has been a way of bringing many cultural developments, artistic, architectural, into the north of Spain and to the whole country. So St. James Way is a pilgrimage way, and it has many points of origin. As you can see in the map, you have ways basically from all the parts of Spain, Portugal, and the rest of Europe. There are ways that cross Europe from east to side. Like I have even seen ways in Romania or in Switzerland. And yeah, the endpoint is Santiago de Compostela, which is a city in the northwest of Spain. The goal of the way, the final destination, is the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela, which is built or is supposed to be built on top of the tomb of Saint James, one of Jesus' apostles. For almost 1,000 years, people have been walking to this city to pay their respects to the apostle.
Why is this year is important for pilgrims?
Well, the thing with this pilgrimage is that every 7 years, it's Año Jacobeo or Saint James year, and there is an special mass celebrated because the day of Saint James is on a Sunday. So during this special mass, you get to see the Botafumeiro, which it's a huge celebration in the city and also in Spain, but it's mostly in Santiago in the city. And you get to see this unique thing, which is basically a ball of incense that is hung from the top of the cathedral and goes around the whole building, spreading this smoke, this incense smoke. That will be the interesting part of this year. Next one will be 2028.
Do people who are not Christians, they also participate in this walk?
Yes, absolutely. In the old times, it was more of a religious thing, but nowadays people do it for different reasons. So some people go because of religion, because they are Christians. Some other people go because of the spirituality of the way. Some others do it because of cultural reasons, as tourism. And there is even some people that do it just because of a sport, because you get to hike around really wonderful places, and some of them are also pretty taxing for for sport people. There are many reasons to do this way, and I recommend you that you just choose the one that you prefer, but give it a try for sure.
Yeah, I would like to do it. So, Luis, I want you to talk about your experience about the walk. How can you describe yourself before and after this walk?
Well, I've walked this way twice. The first time I walked it by myself. I was 1 month walking from France to Santiago, and it was really transforming because uh, it's a whole month walking without knowing anyone. You have a lot of time to think. Um, you get to meet wonderful people, and in some way, I think I learned that you have to be nice to people, and it made me more generous, and also made me more confident, I guess. And the second time I walked it away with my best friend, and we walked it for 2 weeks. And I can say that when you do it with someone that you already know, it's a different experience, but it's also quite amazing. Um, because I think it really helped us bound together and like get to know each other even better. Yeah, I think both ways are really transforming. If you do it by yourself, as I say, you get a lot of time to think about yourself and maybe work through some problems you can have in that moment, or maybe become a better person. And if you do it with more people, I think it helps you strengthen the relationship with them.
Great.
But overall, it was a life-changing experience.
Very nice. Congratulations. So thank you very much, Luis, for participating in my video.
Thank you very much, Ender, for inviting me to this. It's always a pleasure to share my culture and my country with you, and I appreciate your interest in the Hispanic world. So yeah, thanks again.
Yeah, thank you very much and take care. Goodbye.
Take care. Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.